Luis Ortiz will be taking on Deontay Wilder for a rematch for the WBC World Championship because Deontay Wilder said he had unfinished business in that fight. What unfinished business? He knocked him out. The Anthony Joshua fight is there waiting, yet he wants to go back and fight an opponent who hasn't looked good since that fight, and yet he's going to go back and fight him instead of having undisputed, a fight he could possibly lose, because Deontay Wilder, once he gets in there with a reasonably quality operator, he looks like he is vulnerable and he looks like he's going to lose. And against Luis Ortiz, there's every chance that that will happen. And I do not know why he would want to risk undisputed just so he can get in there with Luis Ortiz. Maybe for another payday? I don't know. Or maybe it's just because he's not planning on fighting AJ at all. Because, look, he's done it again. We know he's going to be fighting Luis Ortiz. Why do we know this? Because it's AJ Fight Week. We only know about this fight because Deontay Wilder has announced it, while AJ is promoting his fight with Andy Ruiz. That is why, because the eyes are on the heavyweight division, and the eyes are on Anthony Joshua. So how can he get the most publicity to a potential fight for himself? That is to use the promotional train that is Anthony Joshua and announce his fight on AJ Fight Week. That is what he is doing. That is why he always announces a fight when Anthony Joshua has a fight, because he hasn't got the promotional power and the publicity that he can sell his fights. So he has to use Anthony Joshua. He's been doing it for years. And I mean, I don't really know why the Wilder fans don't understand this. But if you look back and you actually look at the evidence, you can see that he only announces fights when Anthony Joshua has a fight. And he won't talk about Anthony Joshua if he has a free schedule and he can fight. Eddie Hearn warned us. He said that Deontay Wilder had his next 2 fights lined up. Luis Ortiz and then Adam Kownacki. A 3-fight deal with Showtime. That is the deal he went with instead of going with DAZN. Now, he will be making considerably less money, but he won't have to fight AJ at the end of it. That is his plan. That is why he has gone with Showtime. He clearly doesn't want to fight AJ. We know that now. Everyone should know that. Even the Deontay Wilder fans should know that. That is why he is not going to the fight on June 1st. That is why he's not going to be ringside. And he knows that the fans and the media will be putting it on him. What he is doing is he's announcing his fight with Luis Ortiz, and then what will happen is everyone will ask AJ, Eddie Hearn, and all of those people who are going to the fight on June 1st, the mega event, and they will deliver the message that he is fighting Luis Ortiz whenever he is going to fight him, and then that is his fight sold. He is letting others promote his fights. He is using Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, and their promotional power. He doesn't need a good team around him when he can just let other people like that do the work, because he has something that they want, the WBC World Championship. He doesn't bring anything else to the table. He's not a good boxer, he's not a big public attraction. He just has the last piece of the puzzle, and he knows how to use it to get his way and sell his fights, when really, they're not exciting fights. I mean, Luis Ortiz, yeah, that would be a good matchup, a reasonably good fight, but we've seen it already, we don't want to see it again. Deontay Wilder won that fight definitively. Or did he? I mean, the ref helped him out a lot, but still, he got the win. Go on and fight AJ. Why would he want to fight Luis Ortiz again, especially when he might lose? Because Luis Ortiz, I mean, he's aging, and he's aging bad, because we've seen in his last couple of fights. But still, he can still beat Deontay Wilder. I know people saw the Dominic Brazil demolition, and I mean, Dominic Brazil stood there and let him hit him really. His feet were square, and he went to catch a left hand from Deontay Wilder, and then got hit with a right hand. I mean, what is going to happen? Deontay Wilder does the same thing over and over again. He's very predictable. Touches with the left hand, and then brings in the right hand. He does it over and over again. You have to have a minimal boxing ability in order to beat Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury showed us the way, and Luis Ortiz showed us the way. They're good boxers. Fighters like Dominic Brazil, Deontay Wilder will just knock over. But when he steps up, he gets found out, and he knows that. His plan is just to use AJ to sell his fights. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Deontay Wilder taking on Luis Ortiz again, and do you think he is using Anthony Joshua to sell his fights? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys.